Hey everyone! Okay, it's day 5 of the 30-day live challenge. I did say that I was probably not going to do a lot of them on the weekend, but today just so happened to be a really good day for me to go ahead and do this particular live. It's probably better because I've got more information than I typically do when I do my 30-day live challenge lives. So I'm on day 5, 5 for 5. That's awesome. Hi Lisa, if you are hanging out with me and you've never participated in a live before, feel free to drop a comment and let me know that you're here. Sometimes it'll tell me that there's people watching, but I don't know who. If you're a replay watcher, please let me know. If you like the content you see in this live, feel free to share it. So today I'm going to be talking about Limelight's Botanical Foundation and why it's so awesome. Why do you care? Why it's important. And this is probably, I will be honest, I appreciate honesty. This is probably a little bit out of my comfort zone regarding the multitude of things that I talk about. But this is the foundation that I wear every single day. Hey Katie! And the Botanical Foundation is a foundation that has not been available to the general public. It's been used in the makeup artistry field, and now through Limelight it has been brought to everyday women like you and me. And this is the foundation that I use every single day. I have been wearing it all day so far. I have been up since 6 something this morning, and it's still wearing nicely. I actually did a little bit of a test this morning. Sometimes I rely pretty heavily on my concealer, and I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to test this foundation and just see how much I can cover up just using the foundation, and I have not used any concealer at all today. So this is just all foundation and a slight dusting of powder, which is completely translucent. So let's talk about what makes it so special, what's so great about this foundation. So it's been used in Hollywood, Broadway, on the runway, newscasting TV shows, regular TV shows. It's been everywhere. This foundation has no perfumes, no animal extracts, no mineral oils, no lanolin, and this is made of it's a wax-based foundation, but it is not beeswax. We're talking more along the lines of the vegetable oils and waxes type of foundation. So it's not beeswax. It is 50% pigment. Most of the items, the foundation brands that you're going to find at Walgreens or Sephora or Nordstrom or Macy's, anywhere, is going to range from between 18 and 23%. And what that means for you is when you use this foundation, you're going to use a lot less than you normally would with the items that you're purchasing at the drugstore or the Ulta or Sephora. And not to knock any of those places, Ulta and Sephora and Nordstrom, where I've shopped for years, they're wonderful places and they have some really great brands out there. What I like about this foundation is I just use a tiny little bit. I'm a no-nonsense makeup person. I don't like to fuss with what I'm doing. I've got places to be. I don't want to have to finesse my foundation in order to get the coverage that I really, really want. And so with this foundation, you're going to find less fuss. You're going to find that it goes on smooth. It's extremely lightweight. I can't feel it on my face. One of the things my husband really appreciates about this foundation is that it has no fragrance to it. Some foundations, if you're not careful, will have added fragrances added into the foundation, and you can't smell it on my face. That's probably the biggest pet peeve about makeup that my husband has, is everything I've used in the past he could smell, whether it was a floral scent or whether it was just the stuff that they put in. You're not going to find that with this. You're going to get lightweight to full coverage depending on how much you want to use, and you can build the foundation up, but you use a very, very little amount. We have a variety of ranges when it comes to this foundation. These are the shades, And we've been adding more, so I don't even think that this is complete. We've got from the very, very light to the very, very dark skinned tones. One of the nice things that I have found with this foundation is that it does not absorb into your skin. A lot of the Limelight cosmetic products are created in a manner that they're meant to sit on top of your skin. They're non-comedogenic, so they're not going to be absorbed by your pores, and they're not going to cause breakouts. So a lot of the time over the course of the day, regardless of how you've prepped your skin or whatever you've done with it, your foundation tends to look as if it's wearing off, and what is actually happening instead is your foundation is being soaked in and absorbed by your pores. And you're not going to find that with Limelight foundation. It floats on your skin. So those are kind of some of the benefits of our Limelight foundation. It is hypoallergenic, and it's just a really great product as a whole. So I showed you the shades. These are the range that we've got. You can be color matched. I can color match you relatively easy by you sending me a photo of yourself, perhaps standing in natural lighting or in front of a window, so we can get the best match for your skin. And this is what the foundations look like right here. This is kind of a little sampling of some that I have on stock for me. Obviously, I'm not this color. But when you order your foundation, it's going to come in this little compact right here. And this is what it looks like. It comes in our magnetic compacts. And this is what your foundation will look like when you order a single foundation. These are magnetized palettes, so your foundation can come out. But there you have it. They're super easy to use. There's a couple of different ways that you can apply it. My preferred manner of application would be our Blenderful blending bud. And I like to use a dry blending bud just because I feel like it provides me kind of that mid-level foundation that I really like. I'm getting older, not getting younger. And so I want to make sure that things are looking good. And I usually use my Blenderful. It has this nice flat edge, and then it has this more angular edge that you can use to get around your nose and get where your eyes are, and you just kind of twist and apply, and really just one good twist is all that you're going to need for your application for your foundation. Yes, Kara, it is really versatile. A lot of the darker shades some women do collect so that they can contour, which is really, really nice. It's just so blendable that it goes from really light to a really heavy or dark coverage depending on what you want. It really is up to you. Some of the things that I like about it is the fact that it doesn't get cakey. I can't stand a cakey foundation because I have a tendency to have really dry skin. And this foundation, for whatever reason, it just makes your skin luminous and glowy without the need to add extra highlights and all those sorts of things. You put it on, snap a photo, and you're like, wow, holy cow, I didn't know my face could look so good. And it's just bringing out a nice, even skin tone. I think that's what I appreciate about it the most. People don't know that I'm wearing foundation. And isn't that kind of mostly what we all want, is just, we kind of want to make it look like we wake up looking this amazing all the time. So that's a benefit right there. So you can get a Blenderful for your foundation, and a lot of women like to use a brush like this. This is called the buffer brush, or a stippling type of brush. You're not going to have too much range in the movement of the brushes here. You're not looking for a big powder brush. But you're definitely going to want a brush or a sponge of some sort. I would not recommend applying it with your fingers. That's going to give you kind of a different... I've never personally tried it. I would not recommend it. It's not recommended to use your hands. But I would say a Blenderful is probably my favorite way to go. And since it is a wax foundation, when you first try it out, it's going to seem a little different. But it warms to your skin, and as it warms to your skin, it just creates this nice, luminous, and refreshing coverage. So that's all I've got to say about that. That was kind of my brain dump on Botanical foundation. It absolutely is one of my favorite products. I would definitely call it a flagship product of Limelight by Alcone. If you have not tried it, now's a good time. It's a new year, new you. You know, why stick to the old routine when you can bring in something new and you just never know how wonderful it is until you give it a try. We do have a 30-day happiness guarantee. If you don't like it, you can return it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you, Kara, for hanging out with me, and Lisa and Katie. And I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll check back in with you a little bit later. Bye.